Hey guys, I'm gonna talk about my experience about driving here. So, when I first drove a car was when I was 15, and then my dad took me to the private area to have me try driving, and it felt like okay or some to drive, but then after doing all the driving when I was 15, I stopped learning how to drive because I got really scared of accidents or somehow. But but I could have obeyed on getting ready to drive when I was 15. Even every regular high school students gets ready to drive when they're 15. And then I got too nervous to drive when I was 16, like when I was a sophomore in high school. But But when I was a junior in high school, almost towards the end of the school year, I got ready to drive when I was 17. And and then I had some good experiences with driving and I'm not really sure what my highlights of the mistakes I've done on driving though, but um sometimes I've almost gotten into an accidents somehow. But the miserable part was that me, my dad, and my brother were going out to dinner far away on the highway, and we were talking about some, and then we were in the rush hour traffic, and then I looked in front, and then that looked right in front of me, and then those cars were stopped, and then I braked really hard, and then I just looked real quick to get over, and then I got over, and I survived not crashing them, which is good though. Yep. Yeah, and then which is we almost got into that accident one time, which wasn't very good since we almost crashed the car, but and and any other mistakes? Oh yeah, lots of times when I had my permit, I used to keep slowing down to change lanes to other cars, but my dad was like, stop slowing down, change lanes. I told you like a trillion times that you gotta not slow down, change lanes. But to refresh your memory, you just want to think for 3 seconds to keep driving the speed limit, and then think for a few seconds if they're letting you get over, and then we can get over, and like we just want to see if the people are letting you merge or some. But I know some people like go over the speed limit or somehow, but definitely I like to obey on the speed limit to be like my first grandma who was a safe driver. But but yeah, I got my permit back in August of 2018, and then I got my license back in July of 2019. Yeah, which is I got my license when I was 18. But speaking of that, we did some driving lessons and we did some driving lessons in California in a small town called Mendocino, California. I haven't really done any mistakes other than I was going a little too fast and then I ran a stop sign. But but I learned I refreshed my memory on the stop sign and yeah, and I've driven in California and I've driven in Colorado for the first time, and I've driven by New Mexico. And And I've driven to Fort Bragg, California before, and that's all. And oh yeah, I think there's this one mistake when I was driving with my grandpa, like to the Starbucks. I was turning left, and then I accidentally stopped in the middle of the intersection to see if that car was going, if the other car is turning right. But I was supposed to keep going to turn left from the left turn lane. But but um but yeah, I've been in two driving schools before, and since when I tried to get my license at the DMV back in February of 2019, there was this stupid lady who kept on talking like nonstop, and I didn't pass the test on parallel parking. But now I realize how to parallel park the car, even though I got easy on myself to parallel park, but when I was learning on that, it was hard. But yeah, and then I got my first vehicle during COVID. During COVID, which is I just got a 2017 Subaru Outback, which was my aunt's old car that she was leasing. And so I've had it for 4 years, and then pretty soon it'll be the 5 years since I've had it. Since when I first got that car, I was obsessed with highway driving, something like that, and to drive everywhere in Arizona, to drive out of town somewhere. But I've driven to Flagstaff, I've driven to Prescott, I've driven to Sedona, I've driven to Payson, and I've driven to Pine Top, and I've driven to the Grand Canyon like twice, like from home, and then yeah, and like Grand Canyon from here is like a 3-hour drive, since I had an amazing time driving the Grand Canyon. And well, I did that a year ago, or no, 2 years ago. But the second time I drove to the Grand Canyon was that I wanted to go see that El Tovar where we ate at with our grandparents, like when they took us to the Grand Canyon back around my 17th birthday. Yeah, and then since when I got my first car, it was like a new car, and it had 30K miles on it, but I wasted a lot of miles on it and stuff like that. And it's actually a station wagon and SUV, and I actually like those, since I actually like Subarus, since Subarus are awesome, since I haven't really had any maintenance problems lately, other than my car battery died twice, and none of my turn signals have gone out, or none of my check engine light came on, or any maintenance, or none of the transmission fluid went out. But lately, I've been using it for work lately, since when I started in 2022. I've been working for Domino's delivery, and we use our own cars for work, which is I don't mind, but yeah. But I sure like having fun, taking my car on trips, like a crossover SUV station wagon, since I've taken it to Colorado and California and wherever. But anyway, hope you guys have a good day and a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time.